attending our China B2B, B2BToC Digital Marketing Innovation PR webinar. Sorry for some technical issue we had previously with our software. I think our software was suddenly being hacked by someone else. So it was so sorry for the technical issue. So that's why we recorded this webinar as a video and resend to you all, to those who would like to attend our webinar and also couldn't attend our webinar because of various reasons. So I hope you're well. So let's start our webinar for today. So today's topic is pretty special. It's about the latest trend about what's popular in China right now. So I'll share I'll share with you like this popularity of ChatGPT and AIGC that's like trending over the world and also in China as well. So we have done some research with the rise of AIGC and ChatGPT lately. So here are some of the research that I have done. The technology advancement of AIGC actually started from previously all the content are done by professionally, and then second of all it's generated by user generated content, and then afterwards it's gradually generated by the artificial intelligence. So this is getting popular in global and in China as well. So in China, as you can see, we have done some research. We find that in China, people search AI. The term AI is getting really popular. It's getting popular since like March and April this year. So you see that peak? Like this is peaking from March to April. And so that the AI buzz is trending in China. And also like I also seen a lot of people searching for Mid-Journey in China. I've seen like people searching the term Mid-Journey in Xiaohongshu, one of the popular Chinese social media channel. So like you can see like this it's also trending as well, like for Mid-Journey term from March to April is trending. So because of this popularity and curiosity about people towards this new technology and how it can change lives, because people have seen like a great impact it can create, like especially for those people who already had used them. You can see like it actually has created such a big impact. It can help you to save your time to write emails. It helped to generate design through Midjourney. So that's really getting popular in China. During our webinar, some people asked, what's the China version of ChatGPT? So I would say right now, Baidu, one of the biggest internet giants in China, is also like creating its own China versions of ChatGPT. And but I've seen like some people criticize it, it's still not as capable as the Western Western version. And so and right now it's still in the beta stage, like the Baidu version of ChatGPT. So we will see how it can evolve in China. And also Alibaba is also launching its own artificial intelligence, trying to actually installing that artificial intelligence tool in Dingding. Dingding is actually one of the China version of Zoom, so that to help people to learn faster. using artificial intelligence. So we've seen like all this internet giant is also trying to deploy that artificial intelligence function into their platform. So we will see how it evolves and accelerate in China. In China. And but one thing is proven, like that buzz is happening. And I also done some little research, see how people think about this AI technology, mid journeys, or so the one thing I come across is pretty interesting is that I come across like one of the trending posts in Xiaohongshu, one of the popular Chinese social media channel. So one of the trending posts like it's called "One Person Taobao Store Assist by AI." So it's like a one person eBay store or one person Etsy store. When you, for example, you are the owner of your own brand, you create your own brand, selling your own stuff in Etsy or in Instagrams or in this Western channel. But in China we have Taobao, so like Taobao is like China eBay. So that post is very intriguing. That means like from product design to model photography to product image descriptions, video creations, all assisted by AI and AIGC tool. So that's very interesting to me. That means that entrepreneurs can, especially younger generation of entrepreneurs in China, they can take advantages of this opportunity. And not only just China, but I think it's overall the world as well. They can take advantages of this opportunity to sort of speed up the new product and new product development concept. Imagine if you have an idea, for example, if you want to create a dessert store, you can start from using AI tool, Midjourney to create your own, to create some sort of dessert images as a prototype, upload it in social media, do some testing, and to see how people react from it, to grow followers. And then eventually when people sort of got interested and got curious about your product, whether it can be a dessert or it can be like a fashion, let's say like a new fashion t-shirt, and then you can when there's traction, when people are curious about those products, right, and then you can like launch it. So I feel like this is very game changing compared to before. Like you have to create your own product, you have to manufacturing it. Right now, if you have a concept, you can go publish it just to test it to see what happened, and I think that's just very game changing. So I was very that topic, I mean this AI topic is also trending in China as well. And another case study I find very interesting is that this brand is like a cheese cream brand. It's like ice cream brand. It's a Chinese ice cream brand. Actually, this brand is pretty expensive. Their ice cream costs like £6 or something, like equivalent to British pound. It's like 68 RMB usually. But this one, they create a new brand called Sasas, and it is made by AI. Like you see the poster, right? You see like that poster, this poster. So the design, the product design, taste, the packaging, the poster design is made by AI, AIGC tool, and it costs like like £1 or something. So it's really cheap. So that is more like a gimmick, like to arouse people attention, generate buzz, awareness. So it is no brainer to buy that like 1 pound ice cream. If imagine like if you imagine it is summer, you're in a like in a when you're out, you want to try something, you're thirsty, and you get to know this brand really cheap, like, so this is like more like entry point of a product created by AI just to get people to try on the product. So this can be treated as more like a brand, sort of like an alternative way of marketing advertising. I'll perceive it as instead of like advertising your own product, spending a lot of expensive advertising, like alternatively you create like a really kind of entry point of product, like what this Chinese ice cream brand does. They create an AI version of product just for people to get to know them, to try on, and to create buzz. So after it launched, it created like 320 million views. So it's quite a lot of views. It's trending in Weibo, one of the Chinese social media platforms. It also sparked a lot of traction discussions in Weibo in March this year. So this is very interesting case studies, how Chinese brands are using this as a gimmick, like ChatGPT, AIGC, as a gimmick to launch their product, to promote their brands. So I hope that can inspire you in some way. So another topic I've seen that's quite interesting is that so with AIGC and ChatGPT, it's kind of getting like blur to see what's real and what's fictional, right? I mean, with that ChatGPT and AIGC creating a fictional graphics, imagine like this boy, like this is kind of hard to imagine what is real and what's fictional if you see a sort of images, and that can be so real that you don't know whether it's real images or like a artificial sort of AI generated image. So that concept of what's real and what's fictional is getting more blurry, and that's very interesting to me that when I think about this point, there's the rise of ChatGPT and AIGC, and this year, this topic is trending this year. I remember last year, the metaverse concept is trending in China and over the world, and that actually connect together. If you think about it, like that thing of metaverse, right, is like virtual reality. Like it's actually blurring between the boundary between reality and virtual. And with this AIGC tools, with this AIGC content, that whole thing seems even more possible. So I feel like even though the metaverse trend is not as popular this year than last year, because last year the buzz of metaverse Web3 trend is all over the world, including China, even though that is dropped a little bit this year. But with these AIGC and ChatGPT trending trends going, I mean right now this year, I feel like these two can be connected, and that can eventually make the metaverse possible in a long term. So I just feel like this is very interesting point, in my opinions. And so this gives the opportunity of IP branding. IP branding is getting popular, and especially in China, that adaptation of virtual idols, that can seem cool, among the new generations, among millennial Gen Z. So this could be very this is like very big in China. And so this is like a very interesting case studies. So it's called an AIGC. It's called like it's more like a how can I say, like this is actually a case study by Castrol, like it's the lubricant brand by BP. BP is like a oil, is one of the biggest oil company in the world, and they in order to appeal, they have a product called Castrol, and in order to appeal to the Chinese young generations consumers, they're starting to really make the brand look younger, more like trendy, with the adaptations of IP branding. So this is the example. One of the idol they created and promoted in their own like WeChat channel account. So and see that guy is like, right, that guy is like so all these, like you can find this case study case in the in Castro WeChat channel videos, and the guys basically using like sort of a more human face as the IP to sort of appeal to the consumers, because that lubricant is quite cold, sort of like create, like to make it more closer to consumers. So I feel like this is a pretty good case studies that the internet company in China and also like brands in China are realizing and trying to adopt some IP branding using AIGC animation and ChatGPT scripts to create some sort of short form video marketing and gamification marketing. And so I thought that this one is very interesting as well. And going back, so this is to align what we have just said, that this Castrol BP brand launching a new sort of branding in IP branding in China. Actually, this BP Castrol recently also revamped their brand as well. They actually want to make their brand more aligned to the current consumer sentiment. So they actually have revamped their global brand as well. They also revamped their brand logo as well. So and so they have also quite emphasized on the branding, the importance of creating a more lovable B2B, B2C brands. And so I feel like this is a really good case to show like bigger companies like Castro's BP are really interested, are really invested in the brand, creating a strong brand images in China than before. So as they would like to appeal to a more younger generation of decision maker like Gen Z and millennials. And so this is actually the product, the recent launch products in China, partner with an internet company. So I feel like that's very interesting as well. So to align with what I have said, this like B2B, B2BToC branding aspects, and this like Castrol brands has revamped a new brand images this year. Recently, I think it just revamped it, I think maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So this is very recent news, like happened a week ago also. So they would like to invest more in the China market to create a more lovable branding images. So they had, even though they're like more like a 100 years old store, 100 years old brand, but they would like to make it more younger, more fresh, to appeal to younger generations. So I feel like this is a very good case to show how companies who see China as a long-term partner, long-term market, who really invested in not only just the short-term sales and marketing, but also the branding as well. So this is a new logo. It's their new logo. And running on the IP branding and marketing. So I feel like this is a very interesting case studies, because like these Castros, as they're very interested to create more like younger brand image, because that lubricant product is pretty distant, and if you're like a general consumers, you don't really like pay attention to what lubricant brands, that lubricant brand awareness is still not like unlike like a cosmetic brand, or like brands like McDonald's, or all these like more FMCG brands. That lubricant brand is usually pretty distant from the consumer setting, but like they partner with like Honest King, 王者荣耀, which is very one of the very popular gaming IP in China. So they partner with this gaming like games, like popular games in China, to appeal for Chinese consumer audiences. You can see like this, they create events, they partner with this like gaming company to create like a gaming concert. They embedded the logo, IP logo, into product to make it a bit more closer to consumers. So I feel like this is very interesting case studies, as well as a B2B, B2C model case studies in China. It's also a very recent case happening in China. Regarding the digital marketing aspect, the B2B, B2C digital marketing aspects, so this one is also interesting, because like this Castro, they partner with IP branding, and they have that IP branding images embedded in their product, and also injected in the e-commerce store, as well as short form video. So everything is very integrated. So from IP branding to e-commerce, B2B distributions, like e-commerce plus B2B distributions plus digital marketing, like a short form video, everything is very tied in together. I feel like this is very interesting case studies, which like a lubricant brand, how they make it more like appeal to the younger generation of consumers, to partner with Honest King to create more like a sort of like more like 2C image. And so I hope that you find interesting. And another case we would like to show, it's like this, how actually brands can utilize ChatGPT as a PR crisis management. One of our topic of this webinar is about PR and communications, and we find very interesting case studies that BMW, actually there's this is quite a recent case in China, like the BMW Mini had there's some incident in China with this company. So in a trade show, in a car trade show, there's the training team in a BMW Mini. Actually, they have an ice cream stall. So there's when a Chinese girl come in and ask for ice cream, their staff said it's out of stock or it's not available. But then when a foreigner come to the booth, suddenly the staff say, "Hey, actually, we have ice cream for you." So that is recorded, or that is being founded by people in the event, and people and that news just appeared in Weibo, one of the popular Chinese social media. One people say, how come there's a discrimination when someone asks for ice cream, that's out of stock, when foreigner come and then there's ice cream available. So and then and that triggered a lot of debate discussions in Weibo. So that's why after that incident happened, BMW Mini PR team issued an apology in Weibo. I think if you say this apology is I think 3 sentences, 3 sentences apology in Weibo, and that caused a lot of discontent among people, because people think that 3 sentence apology seems not enough. And one of the internet citizen just say, "Hey, I've used ChatGPT to generate an apology, and it gave me a whole tons of this tons of apology." So probably it's 10 to 20 sentences of apology. So and that they say, even ChatGPT actually give you more apology, give a better apology than a human being. So this kind of triggers some discussions in social media, in China social media channel. So I feel this is pretty interesting, that sometimes maybe we can as a human being, I don't know, is it because of the stress or pressure, that whenever there's a crisis happen, and then probably with the stress, might be ChatGPT might be a some good way for us to just go towards for to give us some inspiration, for us to see how we can learn from it in some way, to be more I just feel this is a pretty interesting case studies, to see might be probably ChatGPT can help in some PR crisis management event, because sometimes I understand that there's a stress involved when there's a crisis involved. It's the stress build up, and it might affect the ability of judgment, so and the response time. So it was just a pretty interesting perspective to see how ChatGPT can probably help us to alleviate some of the pressure in some way, to help us to make a better judgment. So I feel this is a pretty interesting case study to show. And at the end, thank you for attending our webinar. So I'm sorry for, again, sincere apology for the technical issues. I'm very sorry for if it brings you inconvenience. I'm deeply apologizing. It was my mistakes of using that a webinar software. So next time I'll try to use a better webinar software to prevent this technical issues happening. So for those of you who are interested to learn about us, like who I am, like what we do. So I'll just give you some examples. So some of the intro about who we are. So we are Chinese digital marketing agencies. I actually started this back on 2014 when I come to London to study my e-marketing and social media master. And I feel like, I'm not learning a whole lot about this Chinese digital marketing landscape. And I really like this new, I like technologies, I like digital marketing, I like all these things digital. So that's why I started these agencies as a self-exploration journey. And yeah, so we have been helping quite a lot of brands to re-engineer their Chinese digital marketing for the China market. So we also offer academy as well if you're interested to learn about Chinese digital marketing trainings. So we offer tailored digital marketing trainings consultancy course. So the reason I started this is because back to 2014 when I do my master in digital marketing. So I learned all these like Western digital marketing, Google SEO, Google pay-per-click, but then like it's not very. I didn't learn a whole lot about this Chinese digital marketing landscape, and I feel like the Chinese Asian, in terms of technology, it's in terms of the speed, in terms of the gamification, I was, for some reason I'm so attracted by it. So that's why I feel like it is so different from the West. So from the Chinese digital marketing landscape, social media marketing channels is completely different. So that's why we want to create an academy to more like a tailored course, because I know that different people has a different stages of learning. Some like start from zero, some has some challenges they face, some is in a B2C industry, some is in the B2B industries. Is completely very different. So it's pretty hard to offer like a standardized like McDonald's versions of hamburger style of template. So that's why we create more like a tailored course to sort of address individual questions and challenges or things that they would like to learn. We also have the Chinese Red Digital Media. Is actually our own social media channels. I started in my own free time to talk about content related to design, art, lifestyles, and all these travels, wellness, and then we have our own Chinese followers and communities. So this is also what we had done as well. And we now offer IP branding, AIGC metaverse brand, AIGC solutions. So this is very interesting because as someone who really interested to explore new technologies such as AIGCs, ChatGPT, have been dive deep into this topic since last year, and then so we now can offer concept design using AI tools, rapid product branding using AIGC tools to create more like a IP branding or like a social media content or like website design content or like even more like product design, concept design. So for those, if you're interested to learn more, then we can offer very attractive packages. And We also have like a Chinese digital marketing consultancy training for Chinese market as well as we mentioned. If you're interested, feel free to let me know. We have 11 modules, and we can tailor your requirements to fit your industry, your companies, the challenge that you face, and how and to make it more bespoke, basically. So again, thank you for attending our webinar for today. Thank you for signing up for the webinar for today, and a sincere apology for the technical issues. Again, I hope you can feel my deep sorry for the technical issues. I'm sure next time I'm gonna do better for my next attempt. So I hope you can at least got some insights, or I hope you got some information helpful or some inspiration you can help you. You can like for your company or for your business, like a personal pursuit. I hope it can inspire you in some way. And we will have our next webinar next time with a different guest. So I hope so next time we'll use a proper webinar tool. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and feel free to email me anytime. If you're interested to join our China digital marketing training course, feel free to drop me a messages to let me know what challenges you have, what you're interested to learn. So until then, bye for now. I hope you're well. We'll see you next time in our webinar. Thank you.